Hello, and a very warm welcome. I'm Sam, your lead tutor and mentor. It's great to have you here. Today, we are going to talk about why good ideas fail. We are tackling Knowledge 32, the barriers to solving digital and technology problems or maximizing opportunities. As a consultant, you will often find that the technology part is actually the easy part. The code works, the software runs, but the project still fails. Why? Because of barriers in the environment. Identifying these barriers early is what separates a junior consultant from a strategic advisor. If you can spot the roadblock before you hit it, you save your client time, money, and stress. Our goal today is to give you a diagnostic framework. I want you to be able to walk into any organization, look around, and spot the hidden obstacles that will stop your solution from working. Let's use my scaffold and ascend method to break this down. When a problem seems unsolvable, it is usually because of a barrier in one of three areas: people, process, or technology. First, people barriers. This is often the hardest. It includes company culture, a lack of necessary skills, or just plain resistance to change. If the team doesn't want the new system, they will find a way to make it fail. Second, process barriers. This is the red tape. It includes rigid procurement rules, slow sign-off procedures, or workflows that don't make sense in a digital world. Third, technology barriers. This is the technical debt. Old legacy systems that can't talk to modern APIs, or infrastructure that is too slow to support the new app. Your role as a consultant is to diagnose which of these is the blocker. You can't fix a people problem with a technology patch. Let's zoom in on people barriers. There is a famous saying, culture eats strategy for breakfast. You can have the best digital strategy in the world, but a toxic culture will destroy it. One common barrier is fear. When you introduce automation or AI, staff often think, will this replace me? This fear creates resistance. Another is a lack of sponsorship. If the CEO isn't championing the project, no one else will prioritize it. And then there are silos. The marketing team won't share data with the sales team because that's our data. To mitigate these, you don't write code, you communicate. You use the change management principles we learned in K32. You train, you explain, and you build bridges between silos. Next, process barriers. This is often a clash between digital speed and analog governance. Imagine you are trying to build an agile software product, releasing updates every week. But the company's governance process requires a committee meeting once a month to approve changes. That process is a barrier. Or procurement. If buying a £10 cloud subscription takes 3 weeks of paperwork because the process treats it like buying a £10,000 server, innovation dies. The mitigation here is business process re-engineering. You have to help the client redesign their rules to fit the new digital reality. You help them move from, computer says no, to, how can we make this safe? Finally, technology barriers. We often call this the legacy anchor. The biggest one is technical debt. These are the quick fixes and shortcuts taken 10 years ago that are now impossible to untangle. Then there is integration. Your client wants a fancy mobile app, but their customer data lives on a 30-year-old mainframe that doesn't have an API. And data quality. You can't build a predictive AI model if the underlying data is full of errors and duplicates. Garbage in, garbage out. To fix this, you need a modernization strategy. Do you wrap the old system in a new interface? Do you replace it entirely? Or do you retire it? This is pure consulting advice. Let's see this in action. A client hired me because they had spent millions on a new Salesforce CRM, but sales hadn't increased. They thought the software was broken. I investigated using the K32 framework. First, I found a people barrier. The sales team hadn't been trained properly and found the interface confusing, so they ignored it. Second, a process barrier. Management still demanded the old weekly Excel reports, so the team had to do double entry. Naturally, they hated the CRM. Third, a technology barrier. The data migration was rushed, so the system was full of duplicate contacts. The solution wasn't new tech. It was simplifying the interface, tech, banning the Excel reports, process, and retraining the team, people. Once we removed the barriers, the system worked. For your portfolio, K32 is perfect for a strategic reflection. Use the STARR method. Situation: the client wanted to migrate to the cloud, but the project had stalled for 6 months. Task: my task was to identify why the project was blocked and propose a way forward. Action: I conducted workshops with IT and legal. I identified 2 main barriers. First, a technology barrier. A critical legacy app wasn't cloud compatible. Second, a process barrier. The legal team feared data sovereignty issues. I wrote a paper proposing a hybrid model to keep the legacy app on-premise, satisfying legal and tech simultaneously. Result: the project was unblocked and proceeded. Reflection: I learned that simply pushing for cloud doesn't work. You must identify and dismantle the specific barriers stopping it. If you are doing your major project, K32 belongs in your feasibility or risk section. Don't just list technical risks like server failure. List organizational barriers. Write: a significant barrier to this project is the lack of Python skills in the current team. This could hinder long-term maintenance. Then, provide the mitigation. To overcome this, I have included a handover training plan and detailed documentation. This shows the assessor that you possess professional maturity. You understand the context of your project, not just the code you are writing. To conclude, remember that technology is an enabler, but barriers are blockers. If you don't remove the blocker, the enabler can't work. Always look for the disconnects in people, process, and technology. Your value as a consultant isn't just in knowing the answer, it's in finding out why the answer isn't being adopted. Don't just treat the symptoms, find the root cause. Be the consultant who clears the path. I challenge you to look at your current project today. Is there something slowing it down? Is it a person, a rule, or a system? Name it, and you can solve it. Thank you for your time, and good luck busting those barriers. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you now feel more confident in mastering this topic. If you found value in this session, I have a small favor to ask. Please hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and follow our channel. It really means a lot to me and helps the algorithm show these lessons to other apprentices, just like you, who need support. Don't forget, you can download today's slides and the full transcript at www.mentorinai.com EPA Hub. While you are there, check out our mock interview and portfolio review services to make sure you are fully ready for your EPA. See you in the next video. Keep learning.